chance to do that?
No, please don't worry about that. I just wanted to remain up there right in line stuff until last minute.
What can I do for you? Lineup, you got Steven Drew drop down a little bit.
Yep. No, some of the reasons have to do with personnel, maybe on the other side too. So there are times that I won't go into that. It's not the way he's swinging the bat. I think he's swinging the bat well and hard luck. He's been getting on base and drawing some walks, so it has nothing to do with him.
We talked to you before we talked to Inge last night, and you mentioned having surgery
Right.
soon. How much of a loss is that for the team, just his presence, especially off the field?
Right. Well, it's a loss when he has the surgery. For now, until he has it, he's still an option to pinch hit off the bench. So I think he's kind of discussing timing and so forth, if and when he does have it. So until that happens, he will be an available piece off the bench. And, it's just another option we have.
Bob, overall, your team has dealt with injuries like this or adversity like this. Do you think that attributes at all to their success out in the field, the way they're able to come together and overcome some of those obstacles, or what have you seen how they handle that?
Well, I think based on the fact that we've had quite a bit of turnover this year too, I think we're just used to having some different guys here at times and knowing that our front office is doing the best job they can to get us the right personnel at that particular time. So, if a player leaves or something happens or a player's traded or whatever, I think we're able to move on from that based on the turnover that we've had this year. And we do have a good core group of guys in there that and coaching staff that doesn't let it affect us.
Can you talk a little bit about what Inge has meant to the club? Beginning of the season, you had Sizemore got injured, then several options at third base.
Right.
He took over and all the RBIs.
Yeah, when he first got here, he was as probably as productive a guy as we've had. So that dynamic will be missed. Josh Donaldson has done a terrific time since he's come back his third time, and he's picked up for him. And I think that's one of the strengths of our teams is if we do lose somebody, that somebody else steps up and picks up the production. So his production will be missed, but JD is doing a nice job for the time being. And as long as Brandon's here and hasn't had his surgery done, then his presence will still, and his personality will still be here.
I know it's a long time off before you're looking at off-season moves, but he is a guy who just told us, yes, he would love to keep playing for you, play for his team. Do you feel the same way about keeping him around?
You know what? He's been great for us now. I think we look at those things after the season.
Certainly.
I think it's too early to look at something like that, but he has been a great influence here and a big part of the Knicks. I think that's probably as far as I can go with that.
Well, kind of unprompted, Brandon said a lot of really nice things about you. Now, assuming you're not paying him every week to say those kind of things.
Never know about that.
Yeah. How do you react? And he's saying, it's kind of a clubhouse-wide attitude toward you.
Well, if that's what he says, I appreciate that. I think the strength of our clubhouse and what's going on in there is due to everybody here. The coaching staff, the players, the front office, the training staff, the clubhouse guys. It's just a lot of people that get along very well and make for a good feeling in the clubhouse. Now, when you're winning, it's a little easier to do, and everybody's in better mood. So that has something to do with it as well. But I think we've also been pretty close-knit when we've been going through some struggles too. So I think if you can remind yourself of the good times when things are going bad, it's that much easier to get along a little bit. But some things have been going right here recently, and everybody's in a good mood because of it.
Have you grown as a manager from the different challenges? I mean, you've had several managerial stops now, and what has this job taught you?
Well, I think each and every day you try to learn something and get better. If you don't, I don't think your longevity just won't be around that long. So I try to find something each and every day, and certainly in different stops, you try to figure out what was one of the reasons that maybe you were let go, and try to get better because of that. This place, more than any other, there's probably a little more pride involved based on the fact that I grew up around here, and I certainly felt that the first day I was here. So that's a different dynamic than anywhere else I've been.
This team faces injuries and challenges every year, and not everybody has been able to make it into a winning product the way you have. Has there been a trick to managing the constant changes?
I think what we try to focus on is the now, and not worry about what happened before, and we try to get better each and every day. I think our team is better now than it was 2 months ago, 3 months or a month before that. The offense has been terrific. I think we're a completely different offensive team right now. So I think as long as you try to stay in the moment and reflect on the fact that we had a lot of people here that have produced for us and done well for us, I think that's a strength of this team, that we're certainly not getting ahead of ourselves. I think once you start thinking about next week, next series, next road trip or whatever, those are distractions that you just don't need. So I think the strength of this team has been able to focus and remain in the moment.
You called giving Brandon an extra day kind of a prudent thing to do a couple nights ago. What do you'll see? I'll get it out. Do you think you'll see something today that maybe if you hadn't given him the extra day, you wouldn't have seen?
Probably not. But one, we wanted to get AJ here. We felt he was ready.
Right.
And looking at the schedule the way it was, we were able to give Brett an extra day because of that. He could have pitched yesterday. But I think anytime I have a chance to give him an extra day based on, he's only pitched a couple times and he's gone through, his rehab, and it's not like he's sitting here at, with 120 innings under his belt, and he's into that type of routine. So, we've done that with some of our younger guys too, try to spread it out a little bit and give them a little extra time. The arm, like anything, the arm just is a little bit more refreshed when you can give it an extra day or so.
And it seems like, maybe the last couple of weeks there was a lot of flux in the rotation. Brett coming back, Bartolo leaving, not knowing was it.
Right.
But now it looks like maybe you've got a pretty set five for the next however long.
Right, we do, but we also have some depth, and Straley's going to keep pitching. They're going to be in the postseason, and we'll keep pitching with them, so we have more depth if we felt like we needed to do something a little differently. I agree with you right now. This five looks good, and we're happy with where we are with this. But we've also, as an organization, shown that we're not afraid to make some changes if we feel like we need to make changes.
Tyson is in the clubhouse. Is any indication that he will be, let's say, the next few days he'll be able to?
Yeah, he'll be activated on the day that he's able to be activated. I
believe it's tomorrow.
I think it's tomorrow. Yeah.
What kind of reports have you got on him as far as pitching and relief down there?
First time was really good yesterday. He pitched last night and gave up, I think, 3 runs in 2/3 of an inning. But we really feel like with his stuff, he can, just try to rely on 2 pitches and not pace himself. Just go out there and go as hard as he can for however long he's out there. I think you see the velocity pick up some too. He's got the ability to get ground balls. All those variables we think give him a chance to be a good reliever.
Do you foresee sticking with the 5-man rotation through the month?
As we sit here right now, yeah. But like I said, we've made a lot of changes throughout the season, and if we feel like something would suggest we need to make another one, we could do that.
I know you always say that you take it day by day and series by series, but how huge is this series is coming on with the Angels here? Taking in consideration that it's the same division and the team behind you guys.
Yeah, I think we're going to say that probably every series that we have for the remainder of the season. And whenever you go through those swings within your division, it feels like it's a little more important. And that starts tomorrow. So you always try to keep an eye on the box scores of the team that you're playing next, which we have. But we need to get through today, and then we'll deal with them tomorrow. But it's a good team. It's in our division, and it's one more game closer to the end of the season. So I think we'll say that with all the series leading up.
Bob and Jenny alluded to this earlier. You've enjoyed some success as a manager. How much are you enjoying this? I know you don't want to look too far ahead, but it's got to be a pretty fun ride that you're undertaking right now.
So far, so good.
It's kind of.
How's Sogard doing?
He's still not able to partake in baseball activities until he's able to get in the cage, swing a little bit, run around a little bit.
Yeah.
Just kind of where it is. I don't mean to cut you off on that one. I just get a little superstitious with it.
I get it.
Who is this you were just talking about, Bob?
Sogard, Eric Sogard.
Okay.
This is sort of on a different tack, but the AAA team in Sacramento has had a pretty sustained run of success as far as PCL division titles. When you just look at that from afar, what do you attribute that to? Is it organizational depth? Is it the management job that the different managers have done down there? Or where do you?
All the above. And I think our organization is pretty good. You know, that's a good place to play. And you want to make sure that you give that team some good players. And I think our front office has been great about, you know, depth within the organization, 6-year free agents, you know, our top prospects, stuff like that. I think they try to get a good group in there that has a chance to win, and I think the numbers would show that. And then I think on top of that, the player development staff that we have here, whether it's the Rovers, whether it's Darren Bush has done a great job, Emo's done a great job. We have very good personnel within our organization that allows us to get younger players here sooner than later too. So I think it's a credit to the organization as a whole.
What makes it such a great place to play?
Well, it's a great ballpark. It's well attended. I mean, you know, you hear around the league that players, when they go to Sacramento, that's one of the places that everybody really enjoys playing. It's got a great atmosphere to it.
Speaking of that, Bob, I mean, the attendance here, of course, has been well documented. It is what it is, but has it helped though that the players just, I don't know, there's like a unique bond with the fans and everything that's been going on, like Bernie and all that other stuff.
Right.
Just sort of.
No, that's pretty cool, and it feels like the attendance has been better. I don't know what the numbers would show, but it certainly feels like it to me. I think starting with the Dodger series and then the Giants came in after that, and it feels like one after another we've gotten pretty good support here. So again, I don't know what the numbers are, and maybe just me being an optimist, but our fans are very passionate, the ones that come out here, and whenever we have 15,000, it sounds like double that, and it certainly has felt that way the last couple months. That we've been well supported here, very well supported. Well, you guys are tough today.
It was long for a
night game
Sunday.
and a day game. What the heck happened between now and then, right?
Expectations. Meet expectations.
Ah, okay.
Let's think what else.